Ghost rant incoming. Selfish United Auto Workers go on strike and jeopardize the entire United States economy with it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. As of September 15th, 2023, the United Auto Workers have gone on strike against major United States automobile manufacturers. Now, before many of you leftists make the argument that Ghost, these folks are just trying to negotiate some kind of a living wage. Folks, first and foremost, I think that unions are nothing more than strong-arm attempts at extorting money off of employers. And I think that this is personally trash. But let's go ahead and go with your argument as we progress into this particular rant. Now, I'm making the argument right now that this selfish move by the United Automobile Workers are going to throw a wrench into the economy that is going to be reverberated and felt by everybody. All right? United Auto Workers strike could cost the United States economy billions, but will it push the nation into a recession? You goddamn right it's going to put the nation into a recession. This is not a joke. As you can take a look at the markets right now as we speak, the announcement of the strike was announced this morning. The bell rang for the markets about a half hour ago, and take a look at the red that is going on right now as the announcement of the strike was announced. Not looking good. Not looking good for the markets, all in the red. Now, it's already costing the United States economy money. And folks, if this thing goes on, all right, if this damn thing goes on, take a look at this. Looming UAW strike could cost the United States economy more than $5 billion in just 10 days. And look, this isn't just folks that work at the manufacturing plant. This is a supply chain situation that is going to reverberate across not only this country, but potentially other countries who supply parts to these manufacturing facilities. I mean, this could affect legitimately hundreds of thousands, if not millions of jobs at this point in time, just because these selfish union workers are demanding whatever the hell they're demanding. And by the way, what are these union workers demanding? Well, obviously, they're going to be demanding more pay. I mean, they wouldn't be striking otherwise, right? Well, how much pay to be exact? Well, take a look at this. Auto workers are asking for 46% more in their pay raise. 46% more. Now, I'll be honest with you, if y'all have been keeping up to date with the economic situation of this country, we're already teetering on recession based upon a variety of different factors. Okay? I think it's rather bold of these people to go ahead and strike during a looming recession, and also their actions could literally tip the entire economy into recession. And do these folks care? No, they don't. These are selfish, disgusting, despicable people. And you know something? I feel at this point, even though it's going to cost the United States a lot of money and a lot of jobs, I think that, unfortunately, if the manufacturers of the automobiles in the United States have to oblige unions, maybe they should take their manufacturers elsewhere. They should take their whole means of production and move it somewhere else. Now, I know there's people out there on the right that are saying, oh, Ghost, look at you're sounding like a globalist. Well, folks, the reason I'm saying this is because we have more people in this country that are employed by foreign manufacturers when it comes to automobile manufacturing. All right, take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. The face of America's auto industry is changing. Percentage of U.S. auto workers employed by foreign automakers. All right, take a look at this. Foreign automakers and suppliers now employ more U.S. workers than domestic car makers do. And most of these folks aren't on any kind of union, and they're at a will, like at will work. And these foreign companies that have invested in manufacturing the United States, because look, the reason that you have foreign companies that are manufacturing automobiles in the United States is because they understand the American consumer. The American consumer is more willing to purchase an automobile or any product for that matter, if they're able to legitimately be sold, that it was manufactured or put together in the United States of America. And look, they are operating outside the unionization that our domestic, unfortunately, automobile manufacturers have to operate. And that's why I'm suggesting, before you call me a globalist, that if this is how the unions are going to play it, maybe the manufacturers of automobiles in the United States need to take it elsewhere, like, I don't know, Mexico. By the way, for all those folks that are on the right, that are on the Ron DeSantis whacked out department when it comes to this issue, I mean, DeSantis, isn't he talking about bombing Mexico or something ridiculous like that? Mexico is now our leading trading partner, all right? China is no longer our leading trading partner. Mexico is. I just wanted to throw that little footnote in there. But as I was stating, folks, more folks are being employed, at least in the automobile manufacturing industry, by foreign companies than American companies. And it's a shame. It's a shame that these unions are doing this because, I mean, take a look at the list of manufacturing plants in this country, all right? Put the PC shot on, all right? List of foreign automobile manufacturers that have plants in the United States of America. Take a look at that. You've got Toyota with 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. You've got Nissan with 2 of them. You've got Honda with 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Subaru with 1 of them. Volkswagen with 1 of them. BMW with 1 of them. Daimler Chrysler with 2 of them. Hyundai with 1 of them. Kia with 1 of them. And Fiat Chrysler with 1, 2, 3, 4 plants. And folks, this is why I'm saying I think it's really ballsy, if I could put a term on it, for these United Auto Workers to strike amidst the fact that their competition, all right, is actually providing better work environments, or at least comparable enough for them to be appeased by whatever these folks are getting paid. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that. What are these folks getting paid? What are they getting paid, Ghost? I mean, how the hell do you know? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what these folks get paid on, all right? Put the PC shot on here. How much does the average United Auto Worker make, and how much do the big 3 CEOs make? Of course, they got to throw the CEOs in there. But take a look at this. It's right here, all right? Now, this first paragraph right here in this, second bullet point here, it says, in general, factory workers that are not salaried but receive an hourly wage, on average, U.S. auto workers, this is in general, in the manufacturing production lines, get about 28 an hour. Now, this includes not just the union workers that are striking, but also all the other foreign plants that I just mentioned here previous. Okay? So that's an average across the board, $28 an hour. Now, how do these auto workers that are a part of this union, how are they paid? Well, individual auto worker pay varies depending on their tenure at the manufacturer. That's very interesting, right? Unions are always about tenure. They're always about tenure. Anyway, under the industry tiered wage system, all right, more hires start at a lower rate and are paid, and so as opposed to those that are longer tenured workers. So new hires, you're getting paid low wages. And tenured workers, they get to pay the higher wages. Top tier workers is what they call them. And top tier workers make roughly, on this particular tier of worker, $33 an hour. And that is pretty much of the big 3 that are being afflicted by this United Auto Worker strike. So that's the average. They also suggest that new hires get paid on a basis of 17 an hour. Those are the new hires. And they have a seniority buildup of 6% on their annual wages. Now, folks, something that they didn't post in this particular article is that these union workers also get a profit sharing and all kinds of benefits that aren't put into this particular number. All right, and that comes from somewhere. Obviously, it comes from the corporation. So you put all that into consideration, the average auto worker that is unionized, and the top tier system is $33 an hour. Now, let's go ahead and ask ourselves, well, what is the average hourly wage worker making? in the United States of America. Let's take a look at those averages here. Put the PC shot on. Here it is right here, okay? And this is in a chart all the way from 2011 to 2023. All right, the real average hourly wage earnings of all employees in the United States of America. All right, and as we're looking at it right now today, it looks like it's $11.04 an hour. The average hourly wage worker is making in the United States of America. Now, it's very hard, I'm sorry, to have any kind of empathy or compassion to the United Auto Workers, considering that the average hourly worker in this country is getting paid a little above 11 an hour. And the average top-tiered worker, as we just heard, in the union gets paid on average 33 an hour, on top of the 6% seniority pay and profit sharing and benefits. And yet, what do they want in pay? Once again, let's go ahead and highlight. They want 46% on top of the $33 they average. I'm not even joking around, 46% extra. I mean, that is a considerable pay raise. I mean, just imagine going into your boss's office and doing this and saying, look, 46% pay raise or I ain't working. And, you know, in most independent private operations, most bosses will be like, well, you know what? Fine. I'll find somebody else. Well, they'll do what you can do and do it better. And maybe if they do it better than you, I'll pay that person more. But, you know, this is, I mean, we're in a day and age now where there's so much economic opportunity. We don't need this type of unionization. And you know where they get this from? They get this from the Democrats who appease this nonsense. They get this from other unions like the teachers union, which needs to be broken apart and busted if you want my personal opinion, but I don't mean to digress. 46% on top of the $33 average that the top tier union worker makes. And by the way, that's not the only thing they want. Of course not, right? That's not the only thing they want. All right, they want also, believe it or not, they want to have a 4-day work week. Take a look at this. 4-day work week, 32 hours, and they want to get paid $40, or excuse me, 40 hours for that particular pay. I'm not even joking around. They want to get paid 40 hours for working 32 hours. And they only want to work 4 days a week. I mean, this is just unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. And that's why I'm suggesting that it's going to cost the United States big time. I mean, the fact that the United Auto Workers are doing this, as days go by, it's going to cost the American economy billions of dollars. And as I've stated, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of jobs. And these folks, as selfish as they are, I think that we should allow either the manufacturers, and I'm talking the manufacturers that are afflicted by this particular strike, we should allow them to move their means of production outside the United States or try to go into the already vocationally instructed pool of employees that we have out here in the United States, I mean, that are working for all the other manufacturers that are foreign. I mean, give me a break. I mean, that's enough of this. And moreover, I just want to put this on a footnote. This type of behavior by the unions and by workers in general is pushing this convergence of automation. And look, we're already seeing this, very big uptick in AI technology. So if you combine AI technology with automation, who needs these people anymore? All right, and that's what this type of action by the United Auto Workers is basically trying to induce. It's trying to induce this. It's ridiculous. And that's why I don't feel sorry for these folks. All right, I don't feel sorry. They're thugs. They're trying to strong-arm independent corporations, and I think it's a joke. I think it's an utter joke. And anybody who feels compassion for these people, I strongly question your integrity and your mental capacity. I'll be honest with you, all right? And as I stated, I don't think that this is also a money grab for more money. I think that the unions are counting on the fact that if the corporations don't capitulate, that the Joe Biden government is going to bail them out. And look, I'm not saying that is in the works, but I think the possibility is there. And I'll tell you right now, if the Democrats even dare try to bail out these union workers, we're in some serious trouble. And why would they even do that? Go right. Why? Hey, Ghost, why would they even do that? Well, take a look at this. All right, the United Auto Workers, all right, their contribution to the Democrats, all right, has been $5,891,654. All right, I'm not even joking, right? In 1 year, 1 year contribution. How much in lobbying? Well, just in lobbying in general, 762,000. All right, and who are they donating to? Who are they donating to? The Senate Majority PAC, which that's Chuck Schumer. The Workers' Vote, all right? Who are these? Democrat Senatorial Campaign Committee, the DNC Services Corp, Union USA, House Majority PAC, Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee, Save America Fund, Blue Progress Pennsylvania. I guess that's how they were able to elect Frankenstein over there, Fetterman. But folks, this is why I believe that this is the true motive of the United Auto Workers, and maybe not the average person that's working and just paying the union and doing what they're told. I'm talking these, Jimmy Hoffa mafioso pieces of trash that are actually running the actual union. All right, I'm talking about those people. And I'm telling you folks, be on the lookout for Joe Biden to even entertain, all right, using tax money to bail out these folks. Because if he does, it's going to be open season, and everybody's going to want some kind of a bailout. Everybody's going to have some kind of a shortfall, and it's going to be 2009 all over again. Oh, my God. Anyway, folks, that's what I feel about the auto worker strike. I think these folks are selfish pieces of trash, and because they want 45% more pay, because they want a 4-day work week and only work 32 hours but get paid for 40 hours, goes to show you the type of arrogance, the type of disrespect they're given to the average everyday American person. And as I just showed you, the average everyday American hourly wage worker only gets paid a little above $11 an hour. And the average top tier of the folks in the union are $33 an hour on average. And that's not including profit share. That's not including all the benefits. That's not including all the perks that these unions demand from these corporations. So folks, I mean, if these union workers do not come to their senses in the next week or two, be expecting a fast crash into a recession. The reality is going to hit us very, very quickly. And the ripple effect of this is going to reverberate very, very dramatically. And I hope that the union workers come to their senses. But let me tell you, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. And if you're a union worker, you should be ashamed of yourself. But of course, you have no shame, because if you did, you wouldn't be demanding these ridiculous demands. I mean, these demands is basically these union workers spitting on your average everyday American. That's what this whole union strike is all about. It's a spit in the face to your average everyday American person. And I just proved it. So anyway, before I get myself all worked up, this morning, let me go ahead and wrap this up and say, look, if you feel any kind of compassion or empathy for these folks striking, then I question your rational thinking. All right? This absolute selfishness by these people is going to cost the American economy. Mark my word. If this goes more than a week, it's going to cost the American economy and put us into a recession. Mark my words. Anyway, folks, thank you for listening to this Ghost Rant. If you like what you hear, please subscribe wherever you're at. And please, let us know what you think in whatever comment section. And if you like what you hear, buy me a beer in the link below in the description. Anyway, thank you all. And let me tell you something. The reason that I'm doing this is because I am someone who still believes in the political system. I'm somebody who still believes in America. And let's not go into an arena of political discourse where violence and vitriol all of a sudden becomes the go-to when it comes to interacting of ideas. We can't do that. We're a civil society. This is a great country, and we should all be appreciative. Every one of us, they're citizens of this country. And that includes these United Auto Worker pieces of trash that are going to throw this economy into a recession. That includes you. That includes you. Anyway, I'm out of here. God bless America. Until next time. All right? Wow!